Welcome to the 2023 IPF World Classic Open Powerlifting Championships. We are live from St Julian's in Malta. And first, we have squats.
Powerlifting is a sport composed by three main disciplines called lifts. They are, in order, squat, the bench press, and the deadlift. Each athlete has 3 attempts with 1 minute per attempt
to start the lift.
There are 3 referees, and each of them give a white light in case of a good lift and a red light in case of a no lift.
The athletes are separated per weight, age, and sex category. The sum of each of the best attempts per lift builds the total, and the athlete with the bigger total is the winner. In case of a draw, the lighter lifter wins.
The squat is the first movement of the competition. On that lift, the use of the legs and the back is extremely important. Once the athlete stands erect with his knees locked and the bar on his back, the central referee gives the squat command. The lifter then bends his knees and lowers his body until the top surface of the legs at the hip joint are lower than the top surface of his knees. He then comes back up, locking his knees and hips in order to complete the lift. The central referee will then give the rack command, and the athlete has to put the bar on the squat rack. There are 3 main mistakes to avoid in order to not have a no lift on the squat. First, if the athlete isn't standing erect with his knees locked at the beginning and at the end of the squat event. Second, if the proper competition depth isn't reached at the bottom of the movement. Third, if the athlete doesn't complete the lift with a single upward movement, meaning if the bar goes down during the ascent of the movement.
As we are about to get underway, my name's Joan Whiteley. I'm here with Ryan Lapadat. We have the 76 kilo women and the 93 kilo men lifting back to back. Ryan, the 93s is going to be insane.
Jonathan Kaiko, former world champion, has returned, but he will be met on the platform by former junior world champion Gavin Eden, as well as stars like Gustav Hedlund and Emil Krastov and Sasha Stenderback. It's a murderer's row of competitors.
And in the 76 kilo women, no less a roster. We have squat world record holder Kalina Tongatea, we have bench press world record holder Agata Shitko, and we have the deadlift world record holder Jess Bittner. They will be going head to head in yet another battle of the 76ers. But that's not all. We have Sophia Ellis from the UK, Sara Sanchez Mucajas Ruiz from Spain, Kimberly Walford from USVI, and Dana McNeil from USA. And we are already underway. Here's Sophia Ellis opening her squat with 162.5 kilos.
Sophia Ellis been working a lot on her squat. Unlike a lot of lifters, she's actually known for her bench press and deadlift. Kind of a unique scenario.
Yeah, it doesn't usually go together. Usually, if you've got a big bench, you might not have such a big deadlift, but it does happen here and there.
The push-pull queen.
She is the current European champion. And that was super easy.
Squat depth looks good to me.
Well, the centre referee wasn't happy with the depth. When you look at the red lights, there's always a colour code underneath it, and the red card in squat is always for lack of depth.
Wow, it looks good from the side though.
Always looks a little bit different from the front. We have the 3 referees, and they're arranged around the platform. And if 2 of them think it's not a good squat, then it goes down. But 2 white lights is good enough. Here's Sara Sanchez Mucajas Ruiz, and she's looking for 167.5 to open her account.
Sarah nominated with 181.5. We are well below that. This should be within reason. Good attempt selection by Team Spain, at least on the surface, and it does move well, Joe.
It's very nice. You want your opener to be something very, very easy. You don't want to be tiring yourself out using a lot of strength. Your opener is just to get on the board, and that was lovely.
You also don't want to take any chances. Although a lot of these lifters travel a long way, New Zealand, Canada, multiple time zone changes. And if you ever had to cut weight after an international travel, believe me when I tell you, it can impact your performance. You got to be ready.
Next out, we have the legend that is Kimberly Walford. She has been at every single Classic World Championships. I think this is her 10th appearance. She's been out for all of them. She's won quite a few of them.
Multiple-time world champion, I believe around 7.
I think it's 7. She's opening her squat today with 175. A very long femur. She has to sit back quite a long way into the squat to get to depth, and that was depth.
Kimberly likely has the best resume in all of powerlifting with how many national and world titles she has, and a monster deadlift.
Dana McNeil now, USA, and she's looking for 187.5. Gave us a really good deadlift battle at Sun City last year.
Dana nominated with 202.5. Trained by legendary coach Mike Deshear. Obviously handled by Mike Deshear and Team USA coaching staff. Don't expect too many mistakes by them. Depth looks good.
Yeah, it looks fairly comfortable.
3 white lights and she's on the board. And so far, no major excitement, and that's what you want to see when it comes to your openers.
Drama is not good. Drama might be good for the viewers and for the commentators, but the athletes do not want any.
Tensions are high already.
Next out here is the bench press world record holder, and she has so many records and titles, largely in equipped lifting. She took the gold medal at the World Games last year. Here she is lifting classic and opening with 190.
Agatha challenged Jessica Bittner for a world title at the last World Championships, pushed her to the very last deadlift in dramatic fashion. And here's the rematch.
That looks comfortable. Now, we know that Shitko was injured earlier in the year, but she's looking in good form now.
Agatha's a gamer. Got a monster bench press. But she is a 3-lift artist, and yeah, that just squeaks in. You don't get extra points for squatting lower than you need to.
Vilma Olsson of Sweden is out next.
Vilma, former junior world champion, reclaimed that title just last summer in Turkey. Oh, sorry. Took a silver medal in Turkey. My memory fails me.
Just missed it, I think. But this is 195. And that looked super easy.
Vilma on her A-game has a monster squad.
Great coaching team in Sweden as well. And the crowd pops. Here's Jessica Bittner from Canada. She is the incoming world champion, opening with 207.5. Ryan, this is a huge opener.
It's a massive opener, but Jessica's training has been going great. She needs to add kilos to her subtotal. Last year, she pulled for the win with the biggest deadlift we've ever seen at a world championship. Oh, she's on.
It certainly is. And the crowd pops again. We have the squat and total world record holder, Paulina Tongatea from New Zealand. And she's her first time on the international platform, and she's looking for 215.
Yeah, first time at World. She competed at Commonwealths to break the world record. But the World Championship is a whole nother situation in and of itself. 2:15.
She's done the smart thing. She's been here a while. She travelled early, got her recovery in. And I think we are on. She got a red card failure for depth from the centre referee, but 2-1 is good enough.
2-1, and Carlina is in. Everyone has registered a squat, and now no longer do they have to take the safety first openers and start covering some ground. They can take some risks now.
So we have Carlina in the lead with 2:15, Bittner with 2:07, Vilma Olsen 1:95.
What do you think about this 10-kilo jump?
So 10 kilos for Sophia. I think Sharona looked very easy. This is 172.5. I think she's looking great today.
Yeah, she's definitely on form. 3 white lights, and now you see how some of the coaching staff will take an easy opener, not risking anything, and make the ground they want to cover in the second and third attempts.
Here's Sara Sanchez from Spain for 177.5. Haven't seen her live too many times. She did take the bronze at the Euros back in November.
Another 10-kilo jump. Handles it well. And the ladies are on point today.
We are getting a squat masterclass. Sit down nicely, the hips break parallel, and the bar goes straight back to the top. Kimberly Walford. Squat's not her favourite. As you say, she's a deadlifter. She's gone up 5 kilos to 180.
Kimberly, 45 years old, still in the game.
She won the Masters World Championship in October out in St. John's.
Undefeated for so many years consecutively. For a long time, carried women's powerlifting on her back. And now she has 180 pounds, kilos. Well, that looks like depth to me.
Two of the referees agree, and the side referee did not like it. Now we have a 5-man jury here today. The jury have replay monitors from 2 different angles on their table. If there's a 2-1 call and they disagree, they can overturn it. They can overturn it in a good way, they can give or they can take away. Here's Dana McNeil, 195.
A little bit more conservative, 7.5-kilo jump for Dana. Again, Dana is also a really big deadlifter, can cover a lot of ground in the final event.
Now that's hit a wall.
Small sticking point. She gets through it, but yeah, it does beg the question, how many more kilos should she go for her third?
Well, the athlete making a small technical error looks quite a lot like the athlete running out of strength, so it's a little bit hard to say from the outside, but it suggests to me, as you say, there's not much more there. Here's Agata Zitko, Poland. Quite a conservative jump for Agata, 5 kilos.
I was just about to say, 5-kilo jump is pretty conservative. Not sure if this is part of the game plan or if 190 didn't feel like they thought it would. and upon discussion, decided to go for a conservative second.
Kadi Shinolik, he's one of the most well-known coaches in the IPF, is in her corner, so she should have good advice. I think you're right. I think that's slower than they wanted.
And they're playing it right. If it's heavier than you thought it was going to be, go conservative. Don't empty the gas tank, especially if you empty the gas tank and start missing lifts. It'll start impacting your other lifts after that.
Here's Vilma. She's looking for 202.5. Holds the junior squat record, broke it at Sun City last year at 210.
It was work, but there's room to grow there. The weight never made her chest bow or get jockeyed out of position. It was a straight up-down bar path. It slowed like you would expect it would from the opener. It just hits depth.
And here's Jessica Bittner, 215 on the bar. Current best is 220. She did at Sheffield Powerlifting Championships in March.
Depth for sure.
That's a great squat. Ryan, you've seen Jessica squat a lot of times. Where do you think her top end is today?
I think they might need to load another 5 kilos and go for 220.
I would agree. I think that would be.
She does not want to fall too far behind Carlina. She's got a bigger deadlift than Carlina, but her deadlift isn't, there's a top limit to every lift.
So here is Carlina. She's got 222.5 on the bar right now. Her own squat world record is 223.5, only 1 kilo up. If it's a world record, you're allowed to put half a kilo or a kilo increment on the bar. Otherwise, it's 2.5.
Moved about the same as Jess.
Yeah,
what do you think?
So. I wouldn't want to see too much go on the bar there. That looks quite difficult, but we know she's got a lot of grind.
She's a fighter. If she has to, she'll grind it out. The thing when you have a battle this close...
Sorry, Ryan, we just have the standings for you on the screen at the moment with 1 round to go. Here's Sophia Ellis for 177.5.
And the thing when you have a battle this close, the ladies push each other and sometimes push them to take a slightly bigger attempt than they should, feel the pressure, and that's when misses start coming.
You were spot on for Jess Bittner. She's put in 220 for her final squat. But here's Sophia. I think that was right on the money for a third squat there.
Yeah. Any more than that, and you risk spilling over.
U.S. Virgin Islands. 4 attempts today to change openers. 4 attempts.
We are running really quickly here tonight, and here's Kimberly Walford for her final squat at 185.
Good catch by the spotters there.
But that was really smart. She didn't waste any energy fighting it. She knew she didn't have it. She just asked them to take it off her.
Yeah, how much you expend on your third squat in a failing attempt greatly can impact your final deadlift. Kimberly New waved it off.
Sarah Sanchez for 187.5.
Another 10-kilo jump. We're used to seeing these 10-kilo jumps from first to second. It's a little more rare from second to third.
Let's hope it wasn't a step too far. Well, the strength is there.
Looked about right on the money, if I'm honest. It's harder to gauge when you're taking 10-kilo jumps, the difference between, well, 10 kilo, 2.5 kilo when it's further away, judging on the top end. But Team Spain guessed it right, got the most out of their lifter, and she's 3 for 3 in the squat event.
Here's Agata Chitko. She is taking a conservative 2.5, but we thought her second looked tough.
Yeah, the entire opposite end of the spectrum here for the third attempt. 2.5 kilos, smallest possible increment she could take, but probably a wise decision. Oh, what a gamer.
Two to one, a good lift, and that was a fantastic fight.
She got 2.5 kilos and fought for every one of them. You see that small teeter to her left, threatening to lose it, regains position and locks out the squat.
Here's Dana McNeil of the USA for her final squat attempt, 200 kilos on the bar.
Dana has hit more than this before. This should be within reason. Team USA just trying to collect those kilos. In Dana's position, there's a top 3, and if she goes 9 for 9, she might be able to find her way on the podium if other lifters start missing. Yeah, she knows she has it.
And that's a great selection by Team USA.
That's the confidence you have when you've hit this weight before.
Get ready. Bar is loaded. 210 kilos, Wilma Olsen, Sweden. No more changes.
Last squat for Vilma Olsen. She is guaranteed the squat bronze. This is 210.
Vilma has broken squat world records in the junior class. She's a great squatter in her own right.
Two to one, that is a good lift, and she takes the squat bronze medal with 210. Jess Bittner is out to match her current best with 220 kilos.
This is a pivotal squat for Jessica. Every kilo she earns in the squat event go off of her final deadlift she needs to pull for the win. Oh, and she's done it. And she's done it. Three white lights.
Fantastic. Everyone looks to be in good form tonight. We are going to have a great battle. And we have one squat left.
This is exactly where Team Canada wanted Jessica to be by the end of the squat event. However, look what we have here, Joe.
Carlina is looking to add 2 kilos to her own squat world record with 225.5, picking up a crucial chip in the process.
It's a strategic move. They grab kilos, they grab the extra chip you can only get when you go for a world record.
And that chip carries forward to your total. By chip, we mean the half kilo increment that she gets for the world record. So that could be really crucial at the end game. She stood up, was it 2:32 at the Sheffield Powerlifting Championships, but it was turned down on a technicality. So we think she should have the strength for this.
Depth for sure. Oh, wow.
And surely that is a new world record for Karlina Tongatea.
That looked better than her second attempt. Take a look at this. Depth for sure. Never loses her bar path. And that looked better.
So those are the squat results for the ladies, with Karlina Tongatea taking the gold medal and a new world record with 225.5. Jess Bittner with the silver with 220. Vilma Olsen the bronze with 210.
And we're going to move right into the men's 93 kilo class. Kicking us off, Christian Ayendokun, the British 93 kilo champion with 250 kilos.
Christian is out first to squat. He's a deadlifter. He's got a massive deadlift.
Christian has won British titles in 3 different weight classes.
We joke that he's just moving his way up every year. He'll be a super heavyweight in 3 years.
Makes easy work at 250.
Oh, so the side referees have indicated a lack of doubt. They're saying that his hip did not break parallel. Really hard to tell from our view there, but the referees have got a good view.
Yeah, the spotter's hand was in the way there, but we'll take the ref's word for it. Antwi, oh, sure.
Jury's overruled. That's a good lift for Christian.
And that's big for the British team. You're allowed to go to the jury and protest, and they'll review it. 255.
3-man jury, it must be unanimous, but a 5-man jury, majority decision.
Antwi representing Canada. Kweku makes easy work at 255, and he's on the board.
Really smooth. He lifted at the Commonwealth in Canada way back in 2019, but this is his first competition outside Canada.
$272.5 for Sascha Stenderbach of Germany. That looked more like a third than an opener.
That's worrying for Sascha, but he's got his fist raised in triumph, but that was quite a lot more difficult than you'd want your opener to be.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what kind of a jump they want to make from that. 2.5 to 5 kilos at best. If he grinds too much in the squat event, it will impact his deadlift, and he has a monster deadlift on regular days. And Emil Krastev, representing Bulgaria, 277.5 kilos. Emil won the silver medal at the last World Championships in South Africa.
Now, we know he's been injured. Ryan, I know you follow his training really closely. Do we know if he's fully recovered?
He looks a lot better. Exactly where he's at, we're going to find out. It appeared as though his top-end strength returned. Judging off of that, yeah. Former world champion Jonathan Keiko representing USA, starting his day with 282.5. Depth looks good. Nice, smooth, easy opener.
And you know the athlete's feeling good when they're smiling halfway up the squat.
Side shot looks. That's exactly where you want your squat to end up. And Gustav Hedlund, 295. Gustav, former junior world champion, European champion, World's Open medalist, several times over. He's not unaccustomed to the world stage. Wow.
He's on good form tonight.
Yeah, his training has been fantastic. And if it comes down to judging, usually his lifts are right on the money for the world stage here.
Bar is loaded, 302.5 kilos for 667 pounds.
Gavin Aiden, representing USA, 302.5 kilos for his opening squat. Gavin seems like forever has been chasing the squat world record, which rests at 331 kilos. And this opener might give us a bit of an indication. If
he squatted it twice. Now he did it at the last World Championships and at Sheffield. He's got the strength, just need to sink it a bit further.
He will take a look. This is where it's going to come down to strategy. If they retake this weight, move up anyways. But if you see on the replay here, hits depth, but a wobble makes him lose balance and step forward. It was easy enough.
The strength is there. Ryan, would you go up?
You know, if I'm honest,
I would.
If I'm honest, he's going to go up because he's chasing the world title. For him, it's an all or nothing situation. And Amar Kanan, 310, he also is chasing this world record.
I think it was actually his until Anatoly Novopismeny took it in Lithuania in 2019. So this has stood a while now.
That looked good. We're only 21 kilos away from the world record. It's going to be interesting what the Americans decide to do in terms of Gavin Aiden's second squat attempt.
So we have lifters still from the B group that are showing on the squat.
Kwaku, 267.5 for a second attempt, representing Canada. $12.5 kilo jump from his opener.
Really tough getting it through the sticking point.
Three white lights. Yeah, perfect form here. Because the bar path is so up and down, when it slows, he never loses position. and able to work through that sticking point. And Christian Ayandokun, 270, 20 kilo jump.
Yeah, I've not seen him take a 20 kilo jump. He does take big jumps, but I was thinking more like 12 or 15. I wonder if they just knocked the opener down a little bit to give him some confidence.
Yeah, it's kind of like a safety measure. You get low enough, you're guaranteed to get on the board. On the flip side, you're in a position where you have to take a big jump, but he handled it well. 3 white lights.
Current best is 295, so he might actually take another big jump.
25 kilo jump from second to third in the squat event would be monstrous. Now this is going to be interesting. Sascha Stenderbach of Germany, 272.5 for his opener, was a grinder. 7.5 kilo jump to 280. I'm expecting no less than a grinder at best. But how many times does he want to grind in the squat event?
That looked easier than his first.
3 white lights, and that was a lot easier than his first.
So maybe that's where we talked before, where a small technical error looks like a strength fail.
Yeah. Must have been a must groove of sorts, because that moves so much quicker. Emil Krastev of Bulgaria, world silver medalist last year, 292.5 for his second attempt.
He was third in 2021. He was second in 2022. Is he working his way up the rankings?
This will help him on his way if he can hit this. That looks like a second attempt should. It was work, but no major struggles. Now, Emil has hit 300 kilos before. Be interesting to see what kind of jump they take for their third attempt.
Bar is loaded. 295 kilo jumping title, USA.
Such a nice guy, fist bumping the platform crew as he comes on.
Kaiko on a good day can hit 300. 295 is getting close.
He's close to the limit, I think.
Yeah, maybe 300 right on the money.
I think so.
With a 300 kilo squat, he would be in good position. He has an absolutely monstrous bench press. And here comes America's Gavin Eden. Missed 302.5 off of balance, opting to go up 7.5 kilos regardless to 310. And if he hits this, now it's going to be a tough conversation. Does he go for the squat world record at all?
That's a fair distance up the road at 331.
21.5 kilo jump is what it would take. Oh, wow. You know what? Call me crazy. I think he loads it up.
I think he loads it up. I think he does.
I think they went back and had the conversation. What do I have to hit as a second for you to load up the world record on a third if I get this?
And how fast do I have to make it move? Because that was quick.
I think he convinced the U.S. coaching staff.
He certainly convinced me.
Gustav Hedlund, 312.5 kilos for his second attempt. It's a healthy 17.5 kilo jump.
He squatted 320, Swedish nationals. I find that hard to read. I'm not quite sure where he'll go from there.
Yeah, we'll take a look at the replay here. Not so much major breakdowns. We're kind of trying to interpret the bar speed, but it looked comfortable enough. And look at this. Amar Kanan of Algeria, 325 kilos.
He's getting close.
6 kilos away from the world record, 6.5 to break it. 310 moved very quickly for him. 15 kilo jump, I don't think is going to break him. We will see. Honestly, as long as he hits this, I can't see the world record not being loaded.
Now that is a tough conversation.
You know what? Aha! Yeah, I mean, strategically speaking, he really is here for the squat event. And to take that potential world record, I think they might load it regardless, but that was a very difficult second.
I think they might, because where else will he go from here?
Right.
And he did do this weight at an African competition that didn't have an international sanction, but he's leading the way with 325 from Carlos Peter Griffithson in the B group and Gustav Hedlund 312.5.
Kwaku, 272.5.
That was a great squat. He hit a sticking point and he just kept pushing through, no deviation of position at all.
Yeah, picture perfect third attempt. Kwaku 3 for 3 in the squat event. And Christian will come out to 282.5. More conservative 12.5 kilo jump, Joe.
That's well below his best, but we often talk about the fact it's important to react on the day if it's not going well. It's no use talking about what you did in the gym or at your last competition. It's what's available to you today.
So if it's well below his best, he had a way low, easy opener, big jump after that. Perhaps there's a background story we're not aware of. Wow, moved well though.
That does look a little bit undershot.
The Brits not taking any chances, but they did go 3 for 3. And I'll tell you who was willing to take chances. Sasha Stenderbach, 272.5 was a grinder for an opener, went up 7.5 kilos regardless, and it moved way smoother. And here we are at 285, and I'm not sure how to call this.
I guess we'll have to wait and see. Absolutely perfect third attempt.
It feels like as the weight gets heavier, his form and technique and strength just level up. Almost willed himself to 3 for 3. And Stenderbach, with the deadlift he's had, he's broken world records with it. If the big three start missing, he could pull himself into position. The big four, sorry. Jonathan, 300 kilos. Kaiko, the #1 ranked 93 consecutively for so many years. There was a while there, a spread where he didn't miss a single lift, won multiple battles at the elite level. Major performance at Sheffield earlier this year, returning to the World Championships to grab his world title back. Oh, whoa! And at a certain point, that was all heart. And this young man is full of heart.
He's made a really good start to his world title campaign.
Going 3 for 3 to start his day is Jonathan Kaiko. Looking to answer that is Emil Krastev from Bulgaria. Took a silver medal at last year's Worlds. Would love to improve upon that. 302.5 kilos will help that cause. There's Kedrick from Performance. Oh, it looks like Jonathan's not the only one on his A game.
Depth called from the front, but the side referees are happy.
It's going to be interesting to see how this story unfolds. Last summer, Jonathan pulled for the win, missed, and Krastev was able to nudge ahead of Jonathan in the rankings. This time around, both gentlemen are on their A game, and Gustav Hedlund, 320 kilos loaded. He's hit this before.
This moves him up from the bronze medal position to the silver in squat. With Gavin Aiden still to respond.
Oh, wow. This is trouble.
Everyone's bringing it today.
This is big trouble. In 2021, Gustav Hedlund had the World Championship winning deadlift up and a little past his knees when it got away from him. And he's been hunting to correct that ever since. Could today be the day? Gavin Aiden of USA missed 302.5 on balance, came back and hit 310, 325 now loaded, opting not to go for the squat world record.
I think it's really smart. He's here to win. He can get the squat world record when he's got his first world title under his belt.
And that could be the storyline. Stop chasing the squat world record, start chasing the world title, and get your third squat in.
And that's why he's been leaving kilos behind on the platform. So yeah, I think this is a great move.
Two to one, it's good. And Gavin is fired up on the platform.
I can see the jury has lent in to watch the replay.
Let's see if they get involved.
There's a discussion going on.
And I think they're going to let...
Yep, I think you're right.
Gavin Aiden... they overruled it. Gavin Aiden, the same old story, missing his third squat, and that is greatly going to impact his pathway to the world title. Amar Kanan of Algeria, 331.5 now loaded. brakes have come on.
No, it won't quite go. That's a real shame.
It was a good fight. He really did have no other choice but to load this world record. All the kilos that go towards his total, a big chunk comes from the squat event.
So Amar Kanan takes the gold medal, but not the squat world record with 325. Gustav Hedlund the silver on bodyweight with 320, and Carlos Pedersen Griffith with 320 from the B group. If Evie hits this, then realistically,
right,
she can't be caught.
Just like that.
Yeah. And I think we have Evie Kerrigan's first world title today.
Honestly, I think it's still sinking in that I just won. It was sort of an anticlimactic end, not pulling a third deadlift. Like, I was gearing up to go out there and really give it my all, and yeah, I think it's all happened so quickly, I'm still a bit stunned.
She's not doing it.
Is she not taking it, or is she going to take it after she shakes everyone's hand?
My coach said to me sort of just before, he said, you might not need to pull for a third deadlift. If we didn't need more than the world record, then don't load it. I've been maintaining at 52 for a while. It wasn't too bad. We did trial cutting a little bit more this time than I did for Sheffield, but still, yeah, I think it went pretty well. I made weight at about midday, which was 3 hours earlier than the weigh-in time, so I got to rehydrate a little bit beforehand, which I think helped. I think meeting everyone has been the best part so far. So many people coming up to me and yeah, saying lovely things, and so many people bringing me snacks from different countries too, which is my favorite thing. I don't know how I've managed to keep the snacks in even with all the cutting weight, but I am committed to eating snacks. I will find a way. Nationals in New Zealand is the next comp that I'll be doing. I'm not sure that I'll cut for that one. I might compete as a 57 and just have fun. I'm usually quite busy that week helping out and coaching and reffing, so it'll be nice to take it a bit more easy, but perhaps also just see what I can do as a 57. It'll be a bit of a test.
If you could do a training session with two lifters from any time in history or anywhere in the world, who would you pick?
Who would I pick? Maybe Maria Hiti was like my 57 idol, and Liz Craven was my first 52 kilo idol. So probably those two. And I like their approaches to the sport. So yeah, it would be cool to train with them.
Welcome back to the 2023 World Classic Powerlifting Championships here in St Julian's in Malta. Next we have the bench.
The bench press is the second movement performed in a powerlifting competition. It's a movement that mainly uses upper body strength. A slight back arch is authorized and allows for a stronger and healthier shoulder positioning. Laying down on the bench, the athlete has to create points of contact between his head, shoulder, glutes, and the bench. His feet has to lay flat on the ground, with the heels in the contact with the floor. Once that position is locked, the central referee gives the start command. The lifter lowers the bar until it touches his chest. The lower underside of both of his elbow joints have to be at level or below the top surface of each shoulder joint. He then has to stabilize the bar for the referee to give him the press command. The lifter has to push the bar back up until the complete extension of his elbows. The central referee gives the rack command and the lift is completed.
There are 4 main reasons to have a no lift on that movement. First, if you're not able to fully extend your elbows at the beginning and at the end of the movement. Second, if you don't touch the chest with the bar, or if your elbows don't go at level or below the top of your shoulder joint. Third, if you're not able to maintain all points of contact with the bench, knowing the head, the shoulders, and the butt. Fourth, if the lift isn't completed in a single upward movement.
And we are back. We've had an exciting squat session with the ladies, with Kalina Tongatea taking the gold medal and extending her own world record. Jess Bittner took the silver with 2:20, Vilma Olsen the bronze with 2:10. So this is an exciting class because we have the squat world record holder, the bench world record holder, the deadlift world record holder, and the total world record holder all competing together. This is the bench record is Agata Shitko.
Yeah, she at times has been bold enough to even open with the bench press world record in hand. I don't know if she's going to do that today.
It's sometimes not gone that well for her though. It's a bold move.
It's bold. It depends how they feel on the day. Squats were a bit shaky, but they adjusted to it.
Here's Dana McNeil opening with 92.5.
And Dana really built for that deadlift. Long deadlift arms.
They don't help you in the bench press.
No, they do not.
That bar travels such a long way.
Yeah, that was a smooth, steady opener.
Now here's Jessica Bittner of Canada. She's got a massive squat. She's got a huge deadlift. Bench, maybe not quite so strong. Opening with 100.
And she'll be the first to tell you, same club as Dana McNeil. The arm length really helps the deadlift, impedes her on the bench press, but her bench has been improving. She doesn't need to medal in this event. She just needs to pick up some kilos towards her total.
3 whites and a nice lift. Nice leg drive there, but she keeps her butt firmly planted on the bench. Sarah Sanchez Muncavacas, Muncavacas for 105.
And Sarah hitting a squat PR, opening up 10 kilos below her nominated bench. It should be safe. And it is.
Looks strong.
Amongst the 3 lifts, the bench press, it's one of the most easy of the 3 events, or probably the easiest of the 3 events to lose your lift. There's so many different infractions that you can have, and a missed groove very easy to hit because there's a certain trajectory the bar needs to get to the lockout.
Here's Kimberly Walford. A little bit late to the platform, which isn't great for bench, because if your setup isn't correct, the head referee can tell you to re-rack the bar.
I see her in the wings.
Here she comes. And if you do get asked to re-rack the bar with only a few seconds to go, it's really hard to get your setup right.
Kimberly, the veteran she is, I'm sure she picked a weight she doesn't need a whole lot of time to set up for. She's never had an aggressive setup. She's also amongst the deadlift specialists in this pack.
Nice. She's got a best of 115. Now here is Sophia Ellis, who is the exception to the rule that benchers don't tend to be great deadlifters. She's opening her bench with 110.
The push-pull queen, expecting 110 kilos not to offer a whole lot of resistance.
She's been benching huge weights in training.
Yeah. And now's a smooth, easy opener, right on track.
Bar is loaded. Also, Sweden, 110 kilos.
Vilma Olsen is already on the platform to attempt 110.
And this should be the same case. Historically speaking, 110 kilos shouldn't be any major big ask for Vilma. And it isn't. You get a good idea of how the opener felt based off of the reaction to the weight. Vilma looks confident.
Next out, we have Carlina Tongatea from New Zealand, looking for 115 for her first bench.
Now, some of the question marks surrounding Carlina, how she would approach Worlds. There's the travel, time zone change, and then the first World Championship. But based off of the squat event, I think she's on form. All those intangibles are out the window, and she's fine.
I think she is. She changed her opener. Now, I'm not sure whether that went up or down. And as we alluded to, she has a family with her. She travelled early. She's been relaxing in Malta.
Well, that moved well. She's coming in with a nominated 126. 115 moved well, but we have one red here.
It's a yellow card, and a yellow card infraction covers a bunch of different things, so...
I'm not sure I see anything.
No, I didn't see anything from where we were, but it's the censor referee, so they were looking at quite a different angle. Now look at this. Poland's powerhouse, Agata Shitko, is opening only 1 kilo below her own world record bench. 30 kilos more than anyone else in the field. I'm just going to say that again, 30 kilos more than anyone else.
Well, when it comes to the bench press, she really is in a league of her own. The bench gold medal is hers as soon as she's done her first bench. And there we are.
Wow. 150 will go today, I think. Absolutely superb. Well, we're guaranteed a new world record on the next attempt. There's nowhere else she can go. And she struggled with the elbows earlier. And I think she's corrected that. So she's leading in the bench, and we still have some B group lifters showing on the table. Here's Dana McNeil for 97.5, not 87.5.
5 kilo jump for Dana. And when you're operating around 192.5, that sounds reasonable. Not only are her arms long, but she's got a fairly close grip on her bench press. Look at that range of motion, Joe. And her hands are actually slightly off. The right is a little further in.
Oh, well spotted, it is. It didn't seem to bother her, though. She wasn't uneven on the descent. Jess Bittner now for 105. Canadian head coach Garrett Bentley in her corner today.
He's guided Jess through many battles, including her 2 World Championship wins in the 76 kilo class, and that's a good bench for Jess.
Really nice.
She's happy with it. You see her all smiles. 105. If I'm not mistaken, that's a career best. Joe, you can fact check me.
Yeah, you are correct.
Oh, no, she's hit 107.5.
Oh, she's 105. She's done 107.
We're nudging close.
The clock is ticking again for Kimberly Wolford. It's not like her to be this late to the platform consistently.
She hit a 107.5.
This is 112.5.
5 kilo jump, 107.5 was a smooth opener. But 5 kilos lock and change. She should still be able to handle this weight, though. She's hit it before.
Wasn't easy, but it went all the way.
Picks up 5 more kilos towards her total.
Here's Sara Sanchez-Muncavacas from Spain for 112.5. She's gone up 7.5 kilos.
This is a decent second attempt weight for Sarah. Coming in with a nominated 115 to have 112.5 as your second. Close to her previous limit.
I think you're right. I think it is getting close to a limit. The bar speed has slowed considerably. Now, this is interesting. This is our first infraction in this session under the new bench rules. The rules state that the elbows must pass below the level of the shoulder. Now, that did look okay to me.
For Sarah, the safe bet, 2.5 kilo jump. Unfortunately, 2.5 kilos is the smallest increment you can jump. She probably has progressed on her bench press, but none of these increments are going to help her. So 2.5 kilos, I think, is the best pathway.
I think you're right. Here's Sophia Ellis for 115. Now, she hit 120, I think, at British Nationals recently. And that looks good.
5 more kilos for Sophia Ellis.
Vilma Olsen next, Sweden, 115.
Vilma's hit 120. 5 kilo jump from 110 looks about right. Wow, that was smooth, Joe.
It was. I think 120's there.
I'd be confident loading up 120 if I was her and the coaching staff.
New Zealand, this is successful. We'll get her provisional bench press.
Here's Carlina Tongatea from New Zealand for 120. She's hit this weight before.
Yeah, Carlina can go as high as 126 kilos, possibly beyond that.
Really nice.
Now, are you thinking 125? Probably.
Probably. Is it more risky than 122? Definitely. But every one of these ladies is going to have to push themselves all the way. This is going to be close.
Are you thinking possibly just a 2.5 kilo jump?
It depends how she's feeling. I couldn't call that. I think 2.5 is safe, but 5 might well go.
Every kilo she adds just loads the deadlift for Jessica Bittner at the end.
Now here comes Agata Shitko to extend her own world record bench with 153 kilos. Now Ryan, we were a little bit critical that she didn't take the chip on her bench at Sun City last year. She's doing the smart thing today. She's taking the chip.
I have personally talked to Agata about it. I think a lot of people have. You got to take those chips when they're available.
That 0.5 kilo can be worth so much at the end. Or did she jump it? Oh, the tension waiting for the referee's lights to come up. Oh.
One more light to come up, and you see how smooth it is with the replay, but you're not going to hear the audible press command that you need to hear before you press. Oh, it's good.
It's good. The centre referee caught the jumping the command, but the side referees did not.
You know, if I'm honest, it was so close.
I'm sorry, I was just watching the jury. There's a lot of discussion going on there. I was waiting to see if they were going to overturn Shitko's bench. It doesn't appear that they have, which is good. Here's Dana McNeil for 102.5 for her third bench.
Well, that's greatly going to help Agata. Keep an eye on where she goes for her third. It was a relatively smooth second attempt.
Careful and controlled. And I think she got it.
I think that was a perfectly selected third attempt for Dana.
I think so. A blue card infraction on bench could be for up and down movement of the bar. The bar has to go all the way in a straight line, or it can be for soft lockout, which might be the case here.
Her hands aren't symmetrical as well this time. Maybe that's just how she benches.
I wonder if she compensates for an issue, an upper body issue, by doing that. Okay, we have an overrule. I presume this is for Jess, for Agata Shitko?
No, this is for Dana's butt came off the bench, apparently.
Yeah, we missed that. We had the front view replay, so we missed that. Here's Jess Bittner for 107.5 to match her own best.
And for her own best, that moved pretty well. Again, a victim of the small increments here. Her bench is improved, and you can tell by the bar speed, but not enough to jump the 2.5 kilos to the next increment.
Kimberly Walford now 115.
This is a big bench for Kimberly. Nominated with 112.5.
been a while since she's hit 115 in competition. Until today.
And Kimberly having a good day here. 3 for 3 in the bench event.
You see that leg drive kick in as the bar leaves the chest. Sara Sanchez Muncavacas for 115. Uses the weight of the bar to wedge her shoulders right into the bench.
Oh no.
That's a shame. I think she should press up instead of back.
Yeah, just a few inches off the chest, but unable to get even the beginning of the lockout phase.
So Sophia Ellis, she is looking for 120 to move into the silver medal position.
Sophia's hit this before.
She's a great bencher.
Yeah, 115 was well within reason. 5 kilos shouldn't break her.
Nice.
And if temporarily in the silver medal position for the bench press.
The same weight for Vilma Olsen, 120. She's lighter in body weight than Sophia, so she will move past. If the lifters lift the same weight, the lighter body weight wins.
So Sophia will temporarily be in the bronze medal position, and Vilma snagging that silver. 2 more benches to go, though.
Too much.
A little surprising with how 115 moved.
Next weight on the bar is 122.5 kilos. Now New Zealand bar is loaded. This will get Convocator silver.
Here's Carlina for 122.5 to take that silver medal for herself.
You know, upon thinking about this, I think the 2.5 kilo jump is the wise move. Going 3 for 3 in squats. If she goes 3 for 3 in the bench press, she's really adding kilos onto that total. In Sheffield earlier, she said, she missed all of her thirds, and she said, I'm coming for all my thirds at the World Championships. If she builds that total, she's going to be very difficult to beat.
Now, that was right on the money.
Yeah, I mean, looking at that now, there's no question that was a proper move to make. 5 kilo jump would have been a little too much on the day.
So that gives her the bench silver, and Sophia Ellis takes the bench bronze. Here we go. This will be the 156 will be the junior world record, the open world record, the 3-lift bench world record, and the single lift world record. 156 kilos for Agata Shitko.
Three kilo jump, 153 moved well. I don't suspect 3 kilos will be the tipping point. Oh, it's a fight though.
But it was. Ran out of steam. But she keeps the world record, and she has that chip, and she takes the gold with 153. So that's interesting, because what that means is Shitko is in the lead. only a couple of kilos ahead of Tongatea.
The thing is, Tongatea has a bigger deadlift, and Jessica Bittner has the biggest deadlift of them all. So things can really shift and change once we enter to the deadlift event. But first, we have the 93 bench. And Amar Kanan will start us off with 170 kilos representing Algeria.
His current best is 180.
Three white lights, and he's on the board. Just a remander, if anybody breaks a world record along the way, they need to register a total for that world record to stand. You bomb out, that world record goes away. Keep that in mind as world records fall. And Christian will start with 190 kilos.
This is a big opener for Christian. His best on the platform at the moment is 195.
That's interesting because in the squats, they were very safe, opening well below his previous best and finishing still below his previous best.
He did spend quite a long time in the sauna this morning making weight, so maybe that has impacted him. But in that case, I wouldn't expect his bench opener to be so high.
Well, he might have been refueling as the squat event's gone and then the women lift. Maybe he feels a little better. Yeah, moved like an opener should.
Well, it really did.
– 190 kilos stays on the bar for Canada's Kweku. At 35 seconds, they're going to clean the bench and reset the clock.
The lifter has 60 seconds from bar loaded being called to get the start command. They don't have to complete the lift in that time, they just have to get the start command.
Gives me an opportunity to give a quick shout out to our sponsors, Alico and SBD. And Kweku going over the handoffs.
It's great to communicate exactly what you want, but that clock is ticking down.
Yeah, that's why that decision on the opening weight is crucial. You want to pick something you could take even with limited time for setup. Wow.
And I think he did exactly that.
Yeah. Could have hit that for a set of 5.
Get ready. Bar is loaded. 197.5 kilos, Gavin Aiden, USA.
And here's USA's Gavin Aiden, 197.5. Gavin had a tough opening squat, hit his second, hit his third, but had it overruled
Again,
and it's become a pattern for Gavin, not being able to get that third squat. but 197.5 moved well. Another note to give to Gavin, not only does he have a big bench press, his deadlift has greatly improved since he first hit the world scene. Be interesting to see what kind of ground he can cover with it. $200 kilos even for Gustav Hedlund. Gustav 3 for 3 in the squat event. And if he goes 6 for 6, he's got a serviceable deadlift. And 200 kilos offers very little resistance.
He got 217 at Swedish Nationals.
Yeah, Swedish Nationals was his best performance to date. 880 kilo total there. And on some days, that'll win you the World Championships.
Well, he's tracking well for that. He matched the squat.
Sascha Stenderback of Germany, 202.5. Stark contrast to his opening squat. That was easy. Bulgaria's Emil Krastev, 215, calls over the spotters and loaders, going over his handoff.
Now he's a big bencher. He attempted the world record at the Sheffield Powerlifting Championships in March. Didn't quite get it that day.
But his training has gone a lot better for the World Championships than it was for Sheffield.
That was superb.
And that was fast.
Now the world record is Keiko's and it's 241.5. So Krastev is a fair distance from that, but that was fast.
I think Sheffield was incentivizing records, and here he's more looking towards building that total and taking the world title. .230, Jonathan Keiko. And if he starts at 230, that's pretty close to 241.5. Oh, wow.
You have a bench battle on their hands, I think.
That's a smooth opener, and you could see the pathway to a world record third attempt.
So Keiko's in the lead at the moment from Krastev from Tamasedi in the B group.
Amar Kanan, 177.5. $7.5 kilo jump.
A little bit of lag on that right arm. He got it to the top.
Three-way lights and he's good. Yeah, there was a lag on that right arm. It was stubborn, but he got it out. And Christian Ayandokun, 200 kilos even.
Already into PB territory. This will be a 5 kilo personal best for him. Slow and steady.
Picks up another 10 kilos towards his total. Smooth second attempt. And Kwaku of Canada also coming out to 200 kilos even, also a 10 kilo jump from his opener. And if he's feeling any pressure, he's not showing it on his face.
No, he seems very relaxed for someone having their debut on the world stage.
Almost leisurely going over his handoff. And that was also smooth for a second attempt.
Gives him a little bit of room to move up for his third.
Sasha Stenderbach, 210 kilos. For a big deadlifter, he's got a serviceable bench. A 7.5 kilo improvement towards his total should he hit this.
I love that he shouted it up at the top.
Get ready. Bar is loaded. Hedlund, Sweden.
Sweden's Gustav Hedlund also coming up to 210 kilos. 10 kilo jump for Gustav.